Oh.
I'm not going anywhere till I'm sure.
Count.
Yes.
Is it counting?
It's counting.
It's
counting.
on. Hey.
I have to check it again now. You have my head wrecked. Oh yeah, it's counting. There's a red
Excellent.
There's a red countdown.
Yeah, because we had a bit of we had a catastrophe.
I made an awful accident last week.
Some people would say it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, maybe. Some people might say not having to look at the pair of us was somehow a benefit.
Say, but those people
Who
don't
would
know
say
anything about
that?
anything. They'll tell you something. If you're missing me paying me pocket pool on the thing every week by accident.
You do spend a lot of time rummaging in your
rummaging
shorts.
And then people will be there going, what's that playing with your balls? I'm not playing. I do. It's a nervous thing or something. I'm always rooting and I wiggle my pockets and all like that. I'm always wiggling my pockets.
Yeah.
I understand people who think you're on pocket
But I stand
not.
with my hands in my pockets, I have to say, a lot.
I know, but
I
you
just wiggle my hips.
I know, I'm always doing this. I'm always doing this thing here.
Yeah.
You know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, a lot like the
Like you're a
young fellas.
teenager.
Yeah. Not like the young fellas. You know, this walk with their hand down around their making like that. What's that all about, man? What's that about? And he'd be on, like, not even O'Connell Street where, you know, that sort of behaviour is ignored. You know what I mean? But like, he'd be in the middle, I don't know where he'd be. He'd be walking through Killiney or something, or Dunleary or something. And so around, he's holding his flute in his hand. Like, his hand's in his tracksuit bottoms. Standing there with his flute in his hand.
When did that actually become a trend, by the way?
I don't know.
When did that, like, it sort of crept up that suddenly there was a sort where all of a sudden they wouldn't put their hands in their pockets.
No, they
put one hand down the front of their jocks.
One hand down his flute and the other one just hanging around beside them. Man, what is that? What is that about? When we were younger, it was a different thing. I remember the head paces when we were younger. They would go around and they'd take their top off in the sun.
Yeah.
And they'd fold their t-shirt real neat and hang it over their forearm. Remember that?
Like a waiter in a posh restaurant.
Well, would you like some of the good drugs, or would you just have a bag of cans today, so? They were like, and they would go around that. And it was this mad thing. And then that stopped. It just went. It just disappeared. They don't do it anymore.
Their holy grail in any given year was when you got, because Ireland always got like at least a day, maybe 2 days of proper sunshine in a year. Yeah. And their holy grail was the t-shirt off.
Yeah.
Right? The folded over the arm.
Real neatly told, yeah.
Get me to a canal, quick.
Yeah, get me to.
Because I have to jump in.
Yeah, and then holding their hand up when the taxis wouldn't stop. You ignorant bastard. You know that, like, you don't want a naked man in the car.
But that's always do you remember that scene, lads jumping off bridges and everything?
Jumping off the locks on the canal, all of that. You see them all of that sort of carry on, yeah. And now it's none of that goes on. Now it's just a fella with his hand on his flute, walking there with his hand on his flute. And then his mate takes his hand off his flute and shakes his hand. No one says anything. Shaking his hand with a flute-ridden hand. It's absolutely disgusting. It's like when I went to do a gig. I remember I told you, doing a gig in Donegal, and just before the gig I was standing there, I went for me wee, because you need to do that before. Because if you do get on the stage, you don't do it, you're going to do it in front of everyone. You know, you end up with a big map of Africa down the front of your trousers. And I went, and your man was beside me and goes, it's yourself. And he just took his hand off his Mickey and stuck his hand to shake it. And I did it. Because I thought it would be rude.
I know. I think I got cut out like that at a listener party once.
Oh yeah, I bet you did.
At the Jack's thing, and some lad goes, jeez, love the show, and you're like, here, really?
Put his willy hand in your hand, and then you've got willy hand, and you can't leave. You have to start to keep talking, and you try and do something to remind yourself you've willy hand, because you don't want to forget and maybe touch your face. Like, I have willy hand now. I can't touch anything now with this willy hand because I've demonstrated.
Do you want some hand sanitizer?
I would love some sanitizer because I've willy hand now, so I can't touch anything. And then, you know, if someone else shakes your hand and you've willy handed yourself.
I have a selection of hand sanitizer.
Look at all this selection of lubes under the desk. Cheers, now.
Lubes. Would you like me to squirt on you?
Yes, please. I will have it squirted in this hand. Thank you very much. There, you look at that. Yeah. And you have to try and remember, because if you forget, then you'll be later on. What happens is someone will bring out cocktail sausages or something, and you'll be there, and then you realise I'm after having 3 of them, and I forgot to shave. I forgot to wash after willy hand.
Forgot to wash willy off my hand.
Wash your man's willy off your hand.
And then the other thing you have to do sometimes is you have to make it look casual. For him to go out of the Jack, so you can re-wash your hands.
Yeah, big time.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, you have to sort of, and hope that he'll move on and not want to talk to you on the way out.
You have to do the whole. So I'll see you anyway, hoping he'll walk.
Yeah,
and you're not. You do that as if you're going to walk, but your feet don't move. You just do that. What?
The other thing, do you ever get that thing in a men's Jacks as well, where somebody's talking to you, right? Now they're not shaking your hands around. It could be somebody you know.
Yeah.
So you've gone to the loo, whatever, and you're finished. Well, he's finished first, right? And he's standing there talking to you, right? But you finish and you go and you wash your hands. And after you've washed your hands, it's almost like you've shamed him into it.
Yeah.
He comes back
and
to wash his and to wash his hands.
Yeah, he starts. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
As
if he was making room. He was waiting for you to finish. As if he was polite.
But he wasn't. No. He was about to walk out the door. He had the door half open and everything, talking to you. It's waiting for you to follow him out.
Yeah. So,
and then you started washing your hands, and he suddenly went.
And then he lets the door go and walks back. And you're like, you dirty fecker. And then you see him later on that night. He's the fella that comes out and he's walking out and he's doing this with his thumb on his jeans.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you're wiping piss into your trousers. You're wiping piss into your trousers. Wash your hands. Although sometimes I have to say I've gone to public toilets. I honestly have. I've gone to public toilets or whatever, and the flute has been out, and I've done my urination process. Right, I've done my urination process, and I turn to the sink and I go, no, not the. Because I think my flute's actually cleaner than the sink. That's
wow.
I think sometimes
that's a serious jack.
I've been like this. This sink is so dirty. My flute is definitely cleaner. In fact, if I got my flute and rubbed it around the basin, my flute would be dirty and the sink would be cleaner than it is now. That's how bad it is. Yeah, I admit I haven't done
what sort of jacks are you hanging out with?
Oh, it's a cast of weird things you do. I was out for a walk with a friend of mine. During the week, right? And we were walking in Bull Island, and if I'm 45, I have to plan. I need three.
Naturally,
it's an hour and 20 minutes walk. There's 3 slashes in it, right? That's 3 slashes, right? I have to have 3 slashes, so I need to do it, right? Grant, we're all friends here. I'm just going for a slash, right? So we're in the middle of a chat, and just having a slash, and I was chatting away like that, and I went for a slash like this, right?
Oh, the old look over the shoulder slash.
So I was chatting like this, and then yourself, and then and we is in the bush, and we're just having a chat, and he just goes, "Stop looking me in the fucking eyes when you have a piss." And I never thought of that. I'm like a dog. Your dog does a poo, and he's looking right at you. Your dog is doing a poo, and he's looking right at you going, am I all right? There's no one behind me, is there? I'm all right. There's no one behind me. God. There's not a rabbit looking at me. That's what he was doing to me, Fred. And he just goes, I can't hear you. Will you stop looking in my eyes? I can't.
I never thought of that.
Very weird.
That would be very off-putting to be having it's one thing. It's one thing shoulder to shoulder at a urinal.
Yeah.
And you might casually kind of look over at his face. Whatever you were saying. But to be fair, maintaining eye contact while that's happening is actually, I can imagine, it'd be very disconcerting.
I told you, I had to apologise. There was I was like, because I literally just went, all right, Joe, so you know yourself. And then the cracking of it, and then intense conversation. My flute is out. We can all hear the urination, and I'm still talking about something on Netflix. He was like, I'm not into this, man. I'm not into this now. This is an uncomfortable situation.
Oh my God. I was like,
grand, yeah, of course, yeah. Never thought, I know. So we all have weird things we do.
But men's loo etiquette is very, I know. Although having said that, I don't know. Obviously I've never been within the hallowed walls of a female toilet, but I assume they'd kind of be sitting down chatting to each other over a wall.
I know, it's different.
Over a cubicle wall.
The only time that's ever happened, and I still don't know where this poor fella is. He's probably still there today. I was in the Grand Social pub, and I went for a slash, and the fella goes, "Would you throw us in some toilet roll there?" And I went, "Oh, hold on, yeah." There's no. I said, "There is none." And he goes, "Nothing at all." I said, "No, hold on." I go to the bar and I say it to him. He goes, "Yeah, thanks, mate." I went down to the bar and says, "There's no Jack's roll in the thing." Yeah. The fella. He fellas in there and he goes, "Oh, there's none in here." And he says, "Hold on, I go into the ladies." And he went into the ladies. He says there was only one roll. He couldn't take it out. Imagine saying that.
Oh my God.
I had to go. I went, there's none at the bar. He's like, really? There's just a silence. I went, "I'm sorry, mate. I have."
What do you do?
I'm sorry, mate.
You've taken on all his problems now. All his.
No,
you're my last hope.
No, I was sorry. I just went back to my point. Now I think I should have gone to the bar, but it's literally this the first time I've thought of it. I'd say that poor fella's still sitting there today.
There's literally no escape. That's like his only option was a socks there at that stage.
You can see him coming out with one sock, or you can see that the underpants are missing or something. He definitely had to do something like that, didn't he?
Oh my God!
Why didn't I go to the shop? I'm only thinking of it now. Why didn't I just run to the shop? There's one across the road. Literally across the bridge, there's a shop.
I mean,
there.
how can a boozer not have? How can a boozer have one Jack's roll in the whole establishment?
It was disgraceful now.
You know what I mean?
I shouldn't have said the name of the boozer because it was an obvious mistake, and it was probably restocked within a half an hour.
Yeah.
And we were there first thing. Was the Ska Festival was on. We were the first people in.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're really only setting up. The guy was probably on his way. But it doesn't help the poor fella. I didn't help. Oh my God, I feel terrible about it now. I should have opened the door and looked him in the eyes and says, "Is this helping?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I'll look at you for a while if you want me to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Imagine going all the way into town.
That is the worst, though. That is the worst. I mean, have you ever had a sort of a moment where you've realised too late that there is no Jack's roll in your cubicle?
Yeah.
And you have to make your way to another cubicle.
Oh,
you check that there's nobody in the place.
And you have to do the walk.
Yeah. You check there's nobody in the place.
Yeah, and you have to keep the cheeks open in case you do the
And do a mad weird penguin dash for another cubicle.
Someone's going to walk in right now and catch me and they're going to be, "What's your man? Your man's shite on the floor. Your man's doing the poo on the floor. Get the bouncers. There's a lad here doing the poo on the floor. I'll have to see them run into the toilet." Oh, I know, yeah. It's terrifying.
But the fear that comes over you when you sort. He's like, oh my God.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Yeah, I know. It's terrible. There's two types of people in the world, they say. They say there's people who check for paper and people who just sit down and shite, and they take that attitude into their lives.
Oh my God.
You know?
Oh my God. I've just realised then I am. What else do they say about those people then? Like if you're a person, that makes you kind of like a planner and a whatever if you check
for paper, yeah. Whereas if you don't, you're very fatalistic and you've sort of resigned yourself to the good and the bad of the world or whatever.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
You know,
I'm afraid I potentially am a non-checker. Yeah. Although I do try to remind myself, but sometimes it's just
Sometimes you're probably bursting.
And then when you suddenly realise, did I check? Oh, I forgot to check. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, no, fuck. You see one empty one and go, Jesus Christ, and you look over, oh, thank God it's full. Oh my God.
There's overstocks.
Yeah.
Thank Christ for that.
I'm going to have to be here for another half an hour now just because of the fright. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like you to remind you, if you do see Jim walking around doing the convoy style thing with his bum sticking out in town, he's not pooping on the floor. He just got caught out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's nothing fucking worse.
Nothing worse. No, oh my God. It's brutal, like. It's
actually, so what am I saying? There is worse.
I don't know.
No, there is. I mean, you told me the story of worse.
John Lee.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say his name. I won't say his name.
I love the way you don't say the names of all these people.
Yeah.
Too late, mind you.
Yeah, John. I won't say it, but let's pretend John Bin, we'll call him, for the sake of the story.
Yeah,
who was getting clamped.
Just like you had to kind of try and retract on the whole Grand Social,
which is a great pub. Now, I was always full of toilet papers.
Yeah.
But that is the worst thing.
That is the worst.
Because he parked and he was bursting for the number 2.
Yeah.
He parked in Liffey Valley. He was there. He pulled into Liffey Valley, and as he was leaving the car, the clamper said, "Yeah, well, if you leave it there, we're going to have to clamp it." And he was like, "I can't. You have to pay." He says, "I don't have change." He says, "Yeah, all he had was notes, and he's no credit card." And he goes, "Right, I'll get clamp it, but I can't." But then he realised I can't get the clamp off because he can't ring them and give them cash.
Yeah.
And he was there to the clamper. "Please, I'll pay you the money now for the clamp.
He was prepared to pay him like 60 quid or whatever that might have been.
80 euros or whatever. Or I think it's private clampers are like 120 quid, whatever it was. It's like, I'll give you the money, the cash. They were like, "No, can't do anything about it. If you leave the car, we have to clamp you, sir." Be a human, man. He goes, "Be a person. I'm gonna shit my pants here. If you don't," and your man goes, "Nothing we can do about it."
My God, that's the height of evil.
He had to isn't it the worst thing ever?
Oh my God, that's
the worst ever.
I tell you, the Gestapo and the fucking they wouldn't have done that to a man.
And he had to release. He had to just stand there in front of your man and release. He in front of the man. The man.
Like, as though shitting yourself wasn't the ultimate humiliation. To have two lads standing there looking at
him
you.
Disgusted. What, you dirty animal, you? Oh, you fucking pig. And then, of course, when he did that, they left. And then he was free to go to the toilet. Then he went in and bought a new pair of trousers and came back out and drove home. Like, you know what I mean? It's so disgusting.
That's horrific, though.
So disgusting.
That is cruelty of the highest order.
His real name isn't John. I'd like to say that. His name is something like that, but not like it. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many layers of that story.
It's awful.
The fact that he had to walk into a shop.
With reeking. Walking in like a pan of chocolate. Like, You know, I imagine you have to fart. Oh my God! And then trying to dispose of poo-poo pantaloons. And all the drama that goes in. And try not to make a mess for the next person that comes along.
Jesus Christ.
It's so disgusting, you know.
I mean, that's...
Yeah.
I don't... that's... You'd be psychologically scared.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine now...
I mean,
that happened a long time ago, did it?
Years ago.
Years ago. Can
now.
you imagine if something like that happened now in the era of, like, camera phones?
I know, yeah.
I mean, because literally everything... People, especially younger, take pictures of anything that they think is remotely... Oh my God.
Never mind the fella standing in front of two clampers, letting one loose. You'd be like, oh, jeez. It's awful. But poor fella. Oh my God. I don't know what to say, Jim, except I'm forced to go to the toilet, but I think I don't want to ever do it again. I think I'm giving it up. I think I'm just going to walk around O'Connell Street with my hand down the front of my trousers. Maybe that's why they're holding on to their willies. They think they're just it's like a lever.
It's keeping everything closed.
Yeah, keeping everything shut till they get home. Fair play to them. Here's me knocking young lads. They're on to something. Oh God!
Let's get the flock out of here.
Right, are we both going to the toilet together? Is that what you're saying?